Well, co-writing. You know, I had a lot of help with the record. You know, Brian Alexander is another. Is the producer. Is another one of the songs that he did. And one of my favorite records. You know, maybe I'm just being a little, you know, stuck on my name being a part of the record. You know, but you know, it really is a dope record. It's a song about it's like leaving a Dear John letter. You know. Having a great night with this beautiful lady, and wake up the next morning, she has a letter on the nightstand that she's gone. But it's a girl who I used to date, and me thinking that the relationship is going to rebuild and we're taking a new start to it. But she decided to just have, I guess, one last one for the road, maybe so to speak. You know, but Dear Joe is one of those special records. It's a lot of fun. Slow kisses, you know, sometimes women just want to be held and caressed and, you know, not have to forego the physical part of it every time, you know. They just want to feel special, you know. They don't want to be looked at as just an object. And I think it's a really great song for that, you know, for that thought. Slow kisses in the middle of the night. Instead of having sex, I'm going to hold you tonight and just give you slow kisses. Ladies love that. Losing, produced by my friend from Africa, Osinachi. Phenomenal producer, one of the up-and-coming guys on the project. And I really feel like this is the kind of album that will not just showcase my talent, but all these producers and writers on this album. I mean, they really worked hard, and they got the point when they said, when they understood that they were coming to a project that I was involved with, to bring your best, you know, bring your A game. And it's just phenomenal work that the guys did. Well, pull my hair, I would say bad as in naughty, you know, more the naughty side. You know, some women like their hair pulled. Some women don't like their hair pulled. I kind of know a few that don't like their hair pulled. Certain reasons for that, you know. You don't want to pull the track out and have to start over, you know, and be surprised by the whole deal. So yeah, I think Pull My Hair is a fun, sexy, bad record, you know. But it's like Usher's Looking for a Bad Girl, you know. Pull My Hair is that she has those qualities. She likes to have her hair pulled and other things. So yeah. No, it didn't have to talk me into that one at all. I mean, I kind of got that one right away, you know. And yeah, I mean, it's excitement in the bedroom. I mean, it's just you taking it to the next level. And I mean, it's not your typical honey, you know, let's make love tonight kind of sex. It's, you know, it's going in. You're going to level 10 and beyond. So. No kids should be watching this program right now, so y'all should be in bed. This sounds like one of those nighttime things. Y'all shouldn't be watching this right now. A good album, just simple as that. A really good album. I mean, there's no gimmicks to it. It's just something you put on and say, hey, no complaints here. That's a good question. I really can't put a finger on it. I mean, it's nothing I try to do every time. I think for me, I want it to feel different. I never want it to feel the same, you know. That's, for instance, if I did Billboard Live, you know, we done Billboard Live many times, and, you know, 2 shows a day for weeks at times, and you know, to be in that sort of element, you know, I think what it is ultimately is the audience gives you a certain energy. They give you a certain thing, even if they've seen it 2 or 3 times already. It's just something special about certain moments and shows, certain songs that hit you a certain way that you just kind of take it to the next level. And I always kind of look at it as if it's my last performance that I could ever do ever. I mean, it could be my last chance, my last opportunity to be on stage. And I think that's probably why I go hard every night. Album number one, Everything. Wow, just this album I wanted to sort of just give you everything vocally. You know, I wanted to showcase. I kind of wanted to show out a little bit, and when they heard my voice, they would never forget it. And first album was Mercury. It was a label called Mercury Records, and this was back in 1993. First album I ever released. Got the hoop earring and got my scraggly beard, and yeah, man, I was a grown-up right there, boy. Young grown-up, young adult. Okay, and album number two. You got them set up perfectly for me. All That I Am. Sort of a breakthrough album for me. The first song that I released off of, actually it wasn't even released off of All That I Am. It was All the Things You May Want to Do, which was from a movie soundtrack that we ended up putting on All That I Am album. And it just reminds me of actually recording this album. I took a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, to write with two great country writers by the name of Wayne Perry and Gary Baker. They wrote the song for a big record called I Swear. I know y'all know the song, I Swear. But anyway, we sat in with 3 guitars in this little room, and we wrote No One Else Comes Close. And that was still one of my favorite songs today. And here we are. My name is Joe. The biggest selling album of my career so far. This really took me overboard right here. I mean, I got a chance to work with so many great people who were, I mean, off the hook at the time, like Mystical. We did the record called Stutter off this album. Wait a second, is this album? Yes, it is. It is this album. Stutter was on this. I Wanna Know was on this record. Huge record for me. The crazy thing about I Wanna Know, it wasn't a single, really. It was just a song on the soundtrack for the movie The Wood. And radio just got the soundtrack, and they heard this song on. I think it was like, I'm not sure, I think it's down in the middle of the record somewhere. And they just started playing it, so it became number 1 in Chicago, then it was number 1 in Philly, then number 1 in DC. And I think because of that, you know, all the DJs, the program directors started talking about the record, and it just started blowing up all over the place. Then the label got behind it, and we just, you know, then it was history. One of my favorite albums right here. My Name is Joe. Better Days. This album I really kind of dedicated to my family. My sisters have always struggled in relationships. You know, having baby fathers that didn't really step up to the plate, or being married to someone who really didn't step up. So it was kind of dedication to them and their struggle, what they went through. So I kind of wanted to write a record that kind of gave them a little better feeling on in life, that they're very important, they're special, and they're worth much more than what they have. And so yeah, and very special album here. Let's see. And then this is more of a fun album for me, very sexy. Just wanted to kind of get back into the mainstream and just give a project for my ladies, you know, more. I believe Ride With You was on this. Was Ride With You on this album? Yeah. Man, it's so long. It seems like it's so long ago that I recorded this album. You Dropped Your Dime. Right, Make You My Baby. So yeah, it was a lot of fun doing this record. So I really kind of wanted to do this with just for my ladies, just keep it sexy, and you know, add that little hip hop vibe with all the features with Fabulous and G Unit and everybody who contributed to the project. And I'm not sure which album Where You At was on. It was the next one coming up, Where You At. I did a record with a new rapper called Papoose, which was a nice, fun record. I mean, it just has an incredible vibe to the song. And, you know, we shot a video, incredible music video director by the name of Billy Woodruff, who still does videos to this day. So, it's always been a pleasure working with great people, great artists, you know. I got a little wine here, but, you know, didn't really want to show y'all that. but I kind of need to use this hand here. And look at this. So this was the first project, actually the last project on the major label Jive Records I was on. You know, Mark Pitts was a really hard worker on this project. He really stretched out and wanted to bring a lot of his connection. He was managing Nas at the time. He brought Nas in on the project to be a part of this album, and all of the different features that I had on the album. Mark Pitts was very instrumental in putting that together. So it was great working with him. He worked with Usher, the record that sold so many records, so many albums, Confessions. He put that project together as well for him. So it was really nice doing that. But this was the last project I did on Jive Records right here. And that is Ain't Nothing Like Me. Alright? And right here is my own label, 563 Music, along with Kedar Entertainment group. So we had a great run with this record. You know, we had a chance to just do a record on our own. The first project we put out, you know, the first single we put out was Why Just Be Friends, and it was a nice fun record that we did. Another video I shot with Billy Woodruff on this album. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of in-house stuff going on with this. It was a tough project to work, but at the same time it was very interesting. I had to do a whole lot of things I never had to do before, you know, that I was doing on a major label. I mean, major labels really gave you a lot of room and leeway to just do a lot of things you wanted. They had the budgets there for you. You know, when you're independent, things are a lot tougher, but the reward is a lot greater. So thank God for that. It's nice being on your own. Here's my second project right here, Joe's Signature. A lot of people love this album. It had a nice vibe to it, I would say. I mean, live music. I've always loved live music since a kid. I mean, a lot of y'all know I grew up in church, and I played a lot of instruments in church. And singing was like really secondary to everything else. You know, I only wanted to do music, play instruments for the most part. I went from drums to, then I started playing guitar. Excuse me. Then I went to piano, and I couldn't play saxophone because I have asthma. So I had little complications as a kid. You know, that was my little flaw. So trying to sing with asthma was a pretty tough and challenging thing, but I think it actually helped me being a singer, because with the breathing exercises that I would do, not even knowing that I was doing breathing exercises, because I never took classes or any kind of training lessons for it. It was just that, you know what, I need to figure out a better way to sing, to keep my voice controlled and have more breath. So I think that's why my tone is the way it is now, because everyone hears me and they say your tone is a certain tone, and it's very different than everybody else. So when they hear me, they hear a certain thing. I've always compressed my voice a lot. You know, I never sing completely full out. I just never liked that sound. I've always compressed it and made it, you know, tight. It's almost like being in the studio and having someone put an EQ on it. But yeah, that's my thing, and that's my sound, and that's my life. This is my career. And I appreciate y'all for listening and for supporting. And God bless all of you, and I love y'all so much. Y'all know this. It's been since, decades now that I've been coming to Japan, and I really appreciate y'all's support. And I'm so saddened and hurt by what has happened to you all with the earthquake and with the tsunami. But I just want you to know one thing, and always remember that I am here for you. I'm here. I will always be here for support, anything that you need. And I'll always be here. And I love you guys very, very much. My heart goes out to you and your families. God bless you all.